All right, so it is May the 3rd, and haven't been on here in a little bit. Probably been a couple weeks since I recorded anything. So, what I'm going to go over today is just a very good workout for, I should probably explain what it's for. So, it's really for power and extension through the golf swing. So, power and extension through the golf swing. And then we'll talk about some mental cues that helped me this past weekend really hone into my game and play some stellar golf for me. Um, Obviously not for somebody on the PGA Tour, but I feel like anybody in a tournament would have enjoyed shooting the way I did. Not to brag, but I'm just trying to prove a point to myself mainly, and then express it online. Just what it means to be a golf athlete, and how what you do in the gym and outside of the gym, on the course, off the course, helps you perform better, be more consistent, and be out of pain. So let's go over the mental cues first, and then we'll get to the workout. Workout's going to be short. So I've really come to find out the best thing for me during a round is it's really simple. You have to be inside your own brain. And that doesn't mean overthinking things. It really just means if you can imagine it, you can do it. Walt Disney once said that, maybe. But I really think imagining where I want my shot, talking it through with my partner, because it was essentially a 4-ball tournament. That to me just really helps. If the pin's 5 paces from the right, and there's a slope on the right, I'm thinking number 15 at Southern Trace Country Club. You don't want to go for that pin. You really want to either shoot over it or you want to stay left of it. So if you cut, then aim 5 feet from the left of the green. It's really a tactics thing. So that's what I would do. For the most part, before my shot, I'm like, all right, what do I want to do with this, instead of just like, oh, let's just hit 135 yards and then go up there and swing. And then so I would take maybe 2 practice swings most, just getting the feel, making sure my mechanics were fine. I did all that on the range, but there's one cue that I like for myself, and that's when I'm bringing the club back, that I really just want to have it a little bit outside, because I tend to come inside a lot. So that's the only really cue. I do 1 practice swing, and then when I'm at the ball, I just come back halfway, making sure it's outside and not inside. Then I follow that through, and I can confidently say I think that was the best iron striking I've ever had. For sure in a tournament, but almost ever during a round. So I mean, I only had 1 birdie the whole tournament, but that's over 36 plus 9, 45 holes. But I had so many pars, and during a 4-ball, it's really almost pressure based. Like if you or your partner on there putting for par, par is a great score. Obviously, that's why it's 72, for the course. But as shooting a 76 on day 1, I just felt really confident in my game. So those are my my mental cues. Is just imagining the shot. If you can imagine it, you can do it. And then when you're standing over the ball, you just have to quiet your whole brain, and you have to quiet your eye. So I'm gonna go over some quiet eye tactics later on. So I went over this with my optometrist, and he started telling me about it, and it's something I've kind of realized but haven't studied. And after me and him had a long discussion, I think we talked more than did anything at the optometry appointment. And it was really interesting. So if you want to research yourself, just research quiet eye. And a lot of people who do archery or guns or any sort of maybe tennis, golf, quarterbacks, any sort of sport, the quiet eye is a great thing to know. So I feel like that really helped me, with putting strokes. So yeah. So it's really about just keeping the mind quiet and keeping your eyes still. So quiet out. All right, anyways, let's get back to regular programming. So today at workout, I didn't work out all week. Played four straight rounds of golf. So my body was a little fatigued. So I kind of took this week as more of a recovery week, and obviously work and stuff like that I had to focus on too. So today is Saturday, and one of the main things for this, like I said, is power and extension. And then with that, so squat thrust, this is lightweight, but just really focusing on powering through. So like I'm doing a full squat, and then I'm pushing up. Okay, so that's really just the power technique. And then the sled work's one of my favorites. I think I only had about 110 pounds on there total. 125. So the sled is just really good for building the quads, keeping your posture at an athletic stance, moving backwards and forwards. Really good for the calves, hamstrings, quads, and the postural muscles. So sled's always going to be number one of my favorite workouts. And then I did the squat thrust, and then I did more than this, 3x5. I obviously did 3 warm-up sets of 8 to 10, going from 85 to 135 to 195, and then to 225. So I have a 60-pound trap bar. I would always encourage doing trap bar versus traditional barbell for golfers, just because it's real easy to lose your posture with a barbell versus a trap bar. All right, and then after that, I would just do some dead bugs. So, I think I did in about 40 minutes. I was really just taking my time, focusing on quality reps. And, so if you're looking for power, especially when explosive power through the ball, this is a key workout for you. So you may not, if you're in the world long drive competition, you probably obviously take some of these weights up. I just did 70% today, just because I got a whole Saturday ahead. It's a little wet out, not going to play golf, but got some other chores to do. So give this workout a try. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, and best of luck for the golf season of 2025. It's really just getting started. May is probably the best golf month there is, so really going to try to amp up these workouts weekly, and just go through the mindset of what you're going to produce inside the gym that'll help you produce results outside on the course. So give me a like, give me a follow, and talk to y'all soon.